Hey guys, welcome back. My name's Mike. Hope you guys are doing great and having a wonderful day. So today I'm going to continue on with my book tour series, going through my bookshelves. So these books, you've probably seen them in a few videos. They're on the bookshelf over here behind me. Excuse me, and I apologize up front if I'm kind of coughing or it's just really dry here still. The allergies are kind of messing with me. So I've been, having some drainage and my chest has just been kind of heavy. So before I get into the books though, I am still reading Tea, Addiction, Exploitation, and Empire by Roy Moxham. And this is actually surprisingly really good. I don't have a lot of experience with nonfiction books, so at first I kind of thought maybe this would be a little dry, maybe kind of full of dense facts and stuff like that, but it hasn't been. It's actually been really good. It's reading like a fiction novel, the way he tells the story. So I know it's kind of a niche thing, but if you're interested in anything like this, tea, coffee kind of stuff, this book is really kind of cool. So, so getting into the books, I've got two stacks here. The first, and these are both sets, and the first one, it's 1 through 10. I have the complete set. The other set, I think I might be missing 1 or 2. But I'm not for sure. I'd have to double check on that. But so the first set here is called the Junior Classics, the Young Folks the Young Folks Shelf of Books. I'll get kind of a wide one, then I'll zoom in a little bit here. So these, and I don't think the camera's going to catch it, but they've each got some emblem on the front here. It's like pressed in to the book. All the books have the same, they're all different colors, but it's kind of plain. Inside the book, in the covers or the plates here, they've got something for each, because each of them, like this one is Fairy and Wonder Tales. Each one's about a little something different. And in the front here, and a lot of these aren't in the greatest shape, but there's that. Like this one's gotten wet at some point and it's got watermarks on it, but I'll try not to have too bad of a glare. And then I think that's it on that. And then it's got the front and back book plates are the same on either side. So number 2 is Folk Tales and Myths, and this one's green. And let me get the front here. I won't go too in depth with each book. I just wanted to kind of show you guys some of the front pictures and the front pages here of these. Some of these have some really good art in them. Number 3 is Tales from Greece and Rome. They've all got the same pictures on the front plates there. Here's that. And then you've got this little, like, well, hang on. Thin piece of paper here that separates the picture from this part. Not all of them have it. As well as a reader, I'm a book collector as well. And stuff like this that I have here, I try to do, get the first edition, first prints on them. Some of them are kind of hard, and like some of these has taken me a long time to get. So this next one is number 4. It's called Heroes, and I always forget how to pronounce this word. Herons, the female, I don't remember, honestly. Correct me in the comments, but so this one, like this one's in really good shape, the book on here. I'll try to get the Number 5, Stories That Never Grow Old. I actually was reading this a little while ago, so got a bookmark in there, but here's a picture in the front there. Number 6 is Old-Fashioned Tales. I'm not going to go too in-depth on these ones about like the year they were published and printed and stuff. I'm just trying to go through them, you know, give you guys the titles and a few pages. I thought about one of these days doing a video on like just first edition, first prints, and kind of maybe explaining some of that and show you some of what I have now. And probably my next video, I do have a whole shelf of, I don't know how many I have, but they're all of Dean Koontz's books that I have, and they're all first edition, first print. So maybe when I go over that, I'll touch that. But the next one is called, it's number 7, Stories of Courage and Heroism, or Heroism, excuse me. There's a picture there. And then number 8 is called Animal and Nature Stories. And there's that picture for that one. There's that. 2 more. Number 9 is Stories of Today. Try to get the whole thing in the camera here. I know the outside of these books here, there's not a lot of, you know, stuff on them to look at, so I'm trying to give you guys some of the inside of the pages. The outsides are pretty bland. Well, the spines are beautiful and they all look good, you know, lined up because they're all the exact same. But and the last one, number 10, and this is Poems, Guide, and Indexes. Now these books here, they were written, again, I'm not going to go into too much detail, but trying to get at least a year so I can give you a little bit of context. Copyright 1912. These were written back then for kids, for juniors. They're called junior classics. You know, for kids back then, because you have like the Harvard's classics, which I have the complete 52 set, and I'll do those in a different video. And then you have the Harvard Junior Classics, I believe, for younger readers. And then you had stuff like this. And then the next set I'm getting ready to show you had stuff like that. These were real popular back then. A lot of different publishers were printing stuff like these. Obviously, you know, because phones weren't a thing and kids weren't on their phones all the time, so they had to do something. You know, they had to read. So all right, this next set, these books are really beautiful and there's a lot on them. So I've got 12, and I want to say there's 14, but I don't remember. I'd have to double check on that. So these are the companion library. And again, let me see if these have a year in them. Yeah, copyright 1963. And these were also, again, written for kids back in the day. The cool thing about these, so these are companion library. They've all got the same spine with this circular design, a boy and a girl, but they're double books, if you can tell. So like this one's Gulliver's Travels. But if you flip the book over, Treasure Island. I think that's really neat. And, you know, on the side, it's got the name of each. And then each one's got its own little, you know, cool little design on the book plates. And if you, and they're, you know, they're backwards, so they're flipped around from each other. Next one I got is here, Pinocchio. And then flip it around, King Arthur. The story of King Arthur and his knights. And then this one is Robinson Crusoe, Daniel Defoe. And then the Swiss Family Robinson. I'll give you the spine. Oops, sorry, it's upside down. Give you the spine there. Next one I have the Jungle Book and the Wizard of Oz. There's the spine. There's the Jungle Book and the Wizard of Oz. This one here makes me think of Sean Stevenson. If you haven't checked out his video, go check him out. He's got a cool little channel, but he is collecting similar books like this, but I think he has them all, but they're all the Wizard of Oz, the old books, like kind of like I have, but it's an old cover, so that looks cool. Next one I have is Black Beauty and the Call of the Wild. There's the spine. There's Black Beauty. Again, some of these books, you know, the edges, the Call of the Wild, the edges might be a little worn, you know, but they're old. Most of these I found out while I was at thrift stores and used book sales and things. Next one I have is Tom Sawyer Detective and then Kidnapped by Robert Louis Stevenson. There's the spine. There's Tom Sawyer Detective. And then Kidnapped. Next one, The Little Lame Prince and the Merry Adventures of Robin Hood. Little Lame Prince. And then, sorry about that, I had to pause the video because it's life and, you know, I have a daughter, stuff happens. So next one I have is Heidi. Ooh, before we do that, let me show you our giant fat cat. She always tries to get up in the videos with me, so that's Gracie. Heidi and Hans Brinker. Some of these stories I've never even heard of, to be honest with you. Like this one, I've never heard of that one. Next one I have is The Adventures of Tom Sawyer, and then The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn. So that's the spine. The Adventures of Tom Sawyer. And I didn't know, because I've never read The Adventures of Tom Sawyer yet. I have the book, but I didn't know that, you know, because there's the detective Adventures of Tom Sawyer, and then there's the just original one. So next one, Tom Sawyer Abroad, and then A Dog of Flanders and Other Stories. So there's Tom Sawyer Abroad. I didn't realize how broad Tom Sawyer was. There's like multiple different stories on that. Okay, and then I've just got two more. This next one is the Andersen's Fairy Tales and then Grimm's Fairy Tales. So this is Andersen's Fairy Tales here, and then the other side is the Grimm's Fairy Tales. Then I've got one more book here. Five Little Peppers and How They Grew, and then Alice in Wonderland and Through the Looking Glass. So this is the Five Little Peppers and How They Grew. Never heard of that one. And then Alice in Wonderland. So that's all I've got today, guys. Again, thank you guys so much for watching and commenting. Please feel free to comment. I love the comments. I love talking to people back and forth. I love watching other people's videos and, seeing what books they have and getting ideas. So thank you again, guys. I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.